What if she's also doing no contact, just like you? You thought you had the upper hand, but maybe you're unknowingly caught in a psychological game where the rules are hidden. And if you don't understand what's really happening in the silence, you might be losing control without realizing it. Picture this. You've stepped back. You're holding firm, following the plan. No texts, no calls, just staying composed and trying to focus on yourself. But then it hits you. What if she's doing the exact same thing? The silence stretches on, day after day, week after week. At first, it's just a faint thought, a whisper of doubt. But as time passes, it begins to consume you. You wonder, is this working? Is she thinking about me or already moving on? Is she testing me or does she simply not care? This is where most people break. The silence becomes unbearable, like a battle with no clear rules. You start thinking that reaching out is the only way to regain control. But here's where you're wrong. Because the truth is, her no contact isn't just passive silence. It's a calculated move, an intentional strategy designed to shift the power dynamic. And here's the key. Silence only has power if you let it control you. So, what if I told you that this moment, this uncomfortable silence, isn't your enemy at all? What if it's your greatest opportunity? Welcome to Stoicism Philosophy Daily, where we turn pain into power and teach you how to master life using ancient Stoic wisdom combined with modern psychological tactics. Today's topic has left countless people frustrated, confused, and emotionally lost. What should you do when she's also doing no contact? This isn't a game of who ignores who better. No contact is a battlefield, and your biggest opponent is not her, it's you. In the last part, we explored how silence isn't the enemy. It's your greatest chance to reclaim your strength. Now it's time to go deeper and rediscover who you truly are when you're no longer tethered to someone else's actions or attention. Pause and ask yourself, who are you when you're not constantly seeking someone's reply, attention, or approval? If you resonate with this, drop a comment below with "Silence is my strength." Let this be a declaration, and that detachment is the highest form of self-respect. And if this hits home, hit that like button to show you're ready to master your emotions and take control of your life. Because remember, no contact is not a punishment for her. It's a gift for you, a gift of clarity, power, and self-mastery. This strategy doesn't just work on logic, it goes deeper. It taps into something primal. This is where dark psychology comes into play. Whether we admit it or not, humans are wired to respond to scarcity, unpredictability, and mystery. And no contact embodies all three. Think about it. When something is always available, we start to take it for granted. But once it's gone, once it becomes rare, we begin to crave it. That's the psychological power of scarcity. When you go silent, you create a void. The attention, validation, and energy you once poured into her, it's now gone. And here's the twist. Most people don't realize the value of something until it's no longer there. But no contact is more than scarcity. It's also unpredictability. We are creatures of habit. If she's used to you texting first, initiating plans, or always being available, your silence shatters that pattern. It leaves her uncertain, and in relationships, uncertainty is one of the strongest emotional triggers. It forces her to ask, what's he thinking? Has he moved on? Is he with someone else now? Now let's talk about mystery. The less you reveal, the more others want to know. When you stay silent, resist the urge to explain yourself or chase closure, you create an aura of intrigue. Dark psychology tells us that mystery is magnetic because it compels the mind to search for meaning. Silence becomes a blank page the other person has to fill in. But here's what's crucial: none of this works if your silence comes from desperation or anger. If you're sitting there, obsessing over your phone, counting the days until she reaches out, you've missed the point. True power comes from detachment. Your silence must come from calm inner strength, not the hope to manipulate. So, how do you apply all this? Shift the focus from her to yourself. Use this time to build your life, grow your confidence, and become magnetic from within. When your silence comes from self-respect and strength, it carries a completely different energy. Now ask yourself, are you ready to step into this power? If yes, comment below. I am the master of my silence. That's the mindset. We're not playing games, we're reclaiming our worth. And if this perspective resonates with you, hit like and show your commitment to becoming the best version
of yourself. Because no contact, it's not about punishing her. It's about stepping back so you can rediscover your power, your focus, your value. Now let's flip the script. Why might she also be doing no contact?
Has she truly moved on, or is there more hidden in her silence? In the last part, we explored why she might also be doing no contact, and how it's often more about her inner world than about you. But now comes the crucial part. What should you do with this silence? The answer is simple. Let her silence be hers. Don't analyze it. Don't try to find hidden meaning. Don't waste energy trying to control something outside your reach. What you can control is how you show up for yourself. So ask yourself, who are you becoming in this silence? If you're stepping into a version of yourself that radiates confidence and commands respect, drop a comment below. I thrive in my silence. We're not just surviving this silence, we're growing through it. And if that resonates, hit the like button to declare your commitment to mastering your emotions and
actions, because no contact doesn't define you.
It reveals you. This is where it gets real. When faced with silence, most people make one critical mistake. They chase, they break, no contact, send a message, try to start a conversation, all to calm their own anxiety. But here's the truth. The moment you chase, you give away your power. Let me explain. Chasing sends a signal that her silence controls you, that your emotions are tied to her actions. And that flips the dynamic entirely. You stop being the one in control. You become reactive, a passenger in someone else's story. But Stoicism teaches us self-control is the only true control. Lose that, and you lose your grounding. There's a Stoic saying, "He who is brave is free." Brave enough to sit in discomfort, brave enough not to react. When you chase, it's not bravery.
It's fear of loss, rejection, or uncertainty. But when you stay grounded, you're telling the world, I am enough. I don't need to force anything. Now let's look at what happens when you don't chase. When you stay calm,
composed, and in control, you reclaim the narrative. Silence becomes your ally, not your enemy. You radiate confidence, strength, and mystery. As we've said before, humans are drawn to scarcity and unpredictability. And when you're silent
and unshaken, you become both. But this isn't a game. This isn't manipulation.
This is living in alignment with your values and principles. You're showing you respect yourself enough to let things unfold naturally. And here's the hard truth. Chasing doesn't bring the result you want faster. It delays it. If she's using no contact to reset the dynamic or test your strength, breaking it confirms her doubts, but if you stay strong, hold the line, stay focused, you show that you don't crumble under pressure. And that kind of strength, it's magnetic, so pause and ask yourself, are you ready to control your story? If so, drop a comment below. I control my story. Let's declare, we're not here to chase. We're here to rise, and if you're finding value in this, smash the like button to confirm your commitment to mastering yourself. Remember, true strength isn't about controlling others. It's about never losing control of yourself. If no contact is a test, emotional fortitude is the answer. But how do you build that kind of strength? The kind that keeps you grounded no matter what she does or doesn't do. The answer lies in Stoicism, a philosophy designed to help you thrive in uncertainty. In the last section, we talked about building emotional strength, the key to passing the test of no contact. Now let's dive into the Stoic tools that can help you stay grounded through this silence. One of the simplest yet most powerful practices is mindfulness. The Stoics believed in being fully present, no matter the circumstance. So, whenever you find yourself spiraling into overthinking, wondering if she's thinking about you or whether you should reach out, pause. Take a deep breath. Bring your awareness back to this moment. Remind yourself, the only thing that
truly exists is the present. The past is already gone. The future hasn't arrived. All you really have
is now. But perhaps the most transformative Stoic principle is the idea of amor fati, to love your fate. This means embracing everything that happens to you, good or bad, as part of your path. If she's also doing no contact, don't resist it. Accept it. Trust that this experience is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, more self-aware. Let me ask you something. Are you willing to use this time to build your emotional fortitude? If so, comment below with, I master my emotions. Let that be a reminder that strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate. And if this is striking a chord within you, hit the like button to show your commitment to self-mastery. Remember, no contact isn't just about her. It's about who you become through the process, because once you've built your emotional fortitude, no silence and no one else's actions will ever shake you again. So, what should you do when she's also doing no contact? The answer isn't to react emotionally, it's to respond strategically. In the previous section, we began to shift perspective. No contact isn't just a waiting period, it's a real opportunity to rebuild from within. Now it's time to ask yourself something deeper. Who am I becoming through this process? When you turn your focus inward, something powerful starts to unfold. You begin to rebuild your identity, independent of the relationship. You realize that your worth isn't something she gives you. It's something you've always had. And here's the beautiful irony. It's often when you let go of the need for reconnection that reconnection becomes most possible. Why? Because people are naturally drawn to those who are whole, confident, and self-sufficient. Let's go even deeper. What if, instead of waiting for her to come back, you saw this silence as a gift, a chance to reflect on what worked in the relationship?
Well, what didn't? And what do you truly want moving forward, be with or without her? This isn't about settling.
It's about leveling up. The Stoics remind us, obstacles are not in the way. They are the way. Marcus Aurelius said it best. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Her silence? This no contact, period? It's not blocking you, it's guiding you to strength, to clarity, and to growth. So now the question becomes, can you release the outcome and trust the process? If the answer is yes, comment below. I let go to grow. Let's remind ourselves that our worth isn't tied to what someone else does. It's tied to the person we choose to become. And if this message resonates with you, hit that like button to show your commitment to a life of intention and clarity. Reconnection is a possibility, but it is not the goal. The real goal is to become the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. And that's a gift no one can take away from you. Now let's ask a different question. What if this period isn't just about surviving, but transforming? We've just explored how silence isn't about waiting, it's about becoming. Now it's time to close this chapter with clarity, intention, and power. The Stoics remind us, live by virtue, not by outcome. Whether this chapter ends in reconnection or in closure, the real victory lies in how you carry yourself, your silence, your growth, your transformation. These are the things that define you, not whether she picks up the phone. So let me ask you one final time. Are you ready to rise above this moment and use it to grow? If your answer is yes, drop a comment below. I own my silence. Let's make this declaration together. We are not here to wait. We are not here to chase. We are here to thrive. Before you go, if this video brought you clarity or strength, hit the like button to help spread this message further. Your support helps this community grow and shows that you're committed to living with intention and strength. And don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Blessing for more guidance on mastering yourself, navigating life's challenges, and turning adversity into personal power. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a video, because together we're building a community grounded in wisdom, resilience, and strength. Thank you for watching. Remember, your silence is your strength, and your greatest power lies within. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and as always, choose power over reaction.